My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Hearthstone Arena. I'm just waiting at the moment for the final wing of Naxxramas to be released, so I'm going to do an arena in the meantime. I've already paid for the thing, so we're just going to go straight for the hero selection. I do not have... well, no. I do have a hero request at the moment, but I don't have a priest offered to me. So I can't select said hero request. I think we've done Mage and Shaman? No, Mage and Warlock pretty recently, so I'm going to do Shaman. I feel like some Shaman. I could do some Shaman. Lava Burst is really good, but Azure Drake is better. It's a 4-4 body on the field plus a Mignone. Sorry, a 4-4 body on the field plus a card. And spell damage as well, which is actually pretty good with Shaman. Rockbiter Weapon versus Farrier Dragon. This is actually surprisingly close. Rockbiter Weapon is a really good kind of opening removal. I think I'll get better 2-drops later. So, well, I'll get similarly good 2-drops later. Lightning Bolt, really great removal. Fuck, I totally should have taken the Hex. Oh well. I'm going to take the Frostwolf Warlord because it has a larger chance of being useful considering I can have totems on the field, so I can probably get him to at the very least a 5-5. Both of these ones are terrible, so I'm going to take the Crazed Elk. Harvest Golem is a great card. Forked Lightning is okay. I think it's better than those two. Those two are pretty low tier in my opinion. War Golem is just a 7/7/7. Lightning Bolt, more removal. Actually, that should have been Gnomish Inventor. Oh, I'm making some bad decisions, guys. Wild Pyromancer is going to be pretty good for the board clear. Fairy Dragon is solid 2 for that. Ooh, this is difficult. Earth Elemental versus Doomhammer. Doomhammer is great removal, especially considering I have a rock-biting weapon as well. It's a really strong card. The only problem with it is, what if I run out of health while I'm trying to use it? The problem with Earth Elemental is obviously, if they turn around and hex it or polymorph it or anything like that, then I'm in huge trouble. I think I'm going to get an Earth Elemental. We'll see how that works out for me. Ooh, this is difficult. Haunted Creeper versus Ventrico versus Lightning Bolt. I love Lightning Bolt. I really do. Especially considering it's 1 mana and gets affected by spell damage. So hell, I could cast it after a Wild Pyromancer to do 4 damage AoE because it's a spell, or I could do 4 damage, 1 AoE. Or I could do Azure Drake, deal 4 damage to a target. Oh, it's a really good card, but I'm gonna go with the Ventrico. So I have actually a lot of late game in these drops. Okay, so now it's time for the Gnomish Inventor, because my 4s are so weak. Unbound Elemental, definitely. Loot Hoarder is a great 2-drop. Stormforged Axe is an amazing card. Shit, I'm getting some really good ones. Rockbiter Weapon. Harvest Golem, because I don't want to give them anything, basically. That's why I don't want to take the Dancing Swords 4/4 for 3. Your opponent draws a card, Death Rattle. Argent Commander is a really strong card. Sludge Belcher versus Ancestral Spirit. Man. Ancestral Spirit is really good on a number of these guys, and they are... I have enough large dudes that I could probably end up using Ancestral Spirit really nicely. Sludge Belcher is in a 5-drop. If it was not a 5-drop, I probably wouldn't have needed to take it. Okay, so I've got a lot of early game, actually. Like a surprising amount of early game, so I can't take the Direwolf Alpha. Frostwolf Warlord, yeah. I'm gonna take the Reincarnate. Let's see if we can get some of that stuff going on. Great. So as I said, I have a surprising amount of early game. I guess I just have to take more early game. Youthful Brewmaster. Stormwind Champion is really good. Activates my totems, makes them actually do stuff. Spellbreaker, because I need stuff in the 4 slot. Reckless Rocketeer. Could that be the correct decision here? No, I'm gonna take the Acolyte of Pain for card draw. Stormforged Axe, it's really valuable. Oh god. Now I'm having some problems. Destroy a minion, then return it to life with full health. I mean, what things could I use that with? Anything that has Death Rattle, so... I guess my Harvest Golem, and anything that I put Ancestral Spirit on, but that's basically it. Fuck. But the Tauren Warrior is horrible as well. To an enemy character and freeze it. I'm gonna take that, so I can deal with something later. I can just put something on ice, literally, and deal with it later. And Defender of Argus. Our early game is way too big, but our late game is actually fairly good. Like, Earth Elemental, huge. Frostwolf has the possibility being huge. Venchico, huge. Fire Elemental, huge. We've got a lot of huge dudes. The problem is we don't hit the 4-drop really strong. We've only got 3 4-drops. We've got some pretty value 3-drops. The problem is we drafted way too early. And that's my problem. What I looked at is I looked at the early, like the first 10, 15 picks, and I was picking for making sure that I got early game. And unfortunately, in the last 10 picks, there were a lot where I was just offered, here, 3 early game options, which do you want? Or 2 early game options and 1 Nightblade, which you're not going to take. The reason I obviously couldn't take Nightblade is because it was a 4/4 for 5 mana. It's on the 5-drop slot, which was already really packed at the time. This isn't as bad as it looks, but I would feel much safer if I had some, some more 4-drops.
I will fight with honor.
Well, I guess if I'm going first, he coins something out, I have to, what, totem the turn after? And then he plays something, and then I can Forked Lightning. I guess that's the dream? Oh, he replaced his whole hand, so that's kind of unlikely. Okay. Because I want to see a coin something out this turn. Oh. Okay.
It's time for a little.
Not that. Didn't want to see that coined out. Obviously the problem here is if I Totemic Call, I get a, I get the 1/1, and then that guy becomes... actually, that's fine. Because if he attacks the 1/1 to enrage his dude, Forked Lightning will suddenly kill that and whatever he plays this turn. Surprisingly good.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Guys, look at the... Are you ready for the value? Bam! Oh, he totally does have a secret. Okay.
Well played.
Thank you. Also, next turn I have the Stormforged Axe. That's pretty good as well. Or a 4-damage Lightning Bolt. Ooh, now I'm really hurting out of not putting that... Really hurting for the fact that I didn't put the Acidic Swamp Ooze in this deck. Because that is a good card.
Give me a quest.
Oh, if he can play a 1-mana card, then I'm fucking horribly saddened. Luckily, he couldn't. So what if I kill that and then it comes back to life? I need to be able to Stormforged Axe it afterwards, so... Lightning Bolt starts.
Well played.
It doesn't come back to life? Awesome. Now I play Harvest Golem. Repentance?
Job's done.
No. Okay, so that means it's Get Down. Because it wasn't the card that brings it back to life. Whoa, fuck, that's actually powerful.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Yeah, it wasn't the card that brings it back to life with 1 health. Any minion you kill. Oh, that's actually a really good interaction that I wasn't even thinking about. And it wasn't the one that means that when I play a card, it comes out with 1 health. I think that's Repentance. I can't remember the name. Oh, fuck! Are you kidding me?
Shields up.
I refuse to not be salty about that. That's not even fair.
To Northrend.
Well played.
I can't do anything now. I had a huge, huge advantage, and now it's all gone. On a 25% chance.
I hope you like my invention.
I am flabbergasted. That's crazy. I actually... Oh, yeah. Has he got lethal on board? No. Not yet.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
This is absurd. There's actually no way I can stop him from winning right now.
Well played.
Elements guide me.
That is the kind of bullshit that happens to Rhapsody in Arena. Well, I suppose we've had too much fun recently. We did a 8-3 and an 8-3 following it as well. So I guess we deserve this. But God, does it ever hurt? Fucking 25% chance on a rare card that most people don't often draft. Because too often it turns out to be just a 3-3 for 3.
Thrall versus
Which is fine. A 3-3 for 3 is pretty strong.
You asked
But
for it.
For Doomhammer.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be salty forever about that. That's complete bullshit. Please commiserate with... And I have too much early game. I know. I know all of that. But he co-opted my late game. Fuck him. I would have won easily without that. Like, not even questionably. Ugh. Okay. I'm trying to desalt, desalinate. That would imply that he's going to do it again this turn. He has the slowest hand, but luckily for him, I also have a slow hand. I was kind of hoping to get the health totem to buff the Wrath of Air totem back up. Yeah, it either implies that he was going to Fire Blast next turn, or that he had Arcane Missiles or Arcane Explosion and thought that they were going to be useful. This is a really slow game. No one's playing cards. It's just hero power, hero power, hero power, hero power. Hey! Macarena. So I can play a 6/6 Frostwolf this turn. Ooh. Or...
Job's done.
The reason I'm waiting is I hope that I can get the Dream and kill the Dancing Swords with a Lightning Bolt. I was almost going to do the 50-50 for the totem, try and 50-50, because obviously I already have 2 totems on the board. Try and go for the 50-50 and see if I can get the... What's it called? The Wrath of Air totem and then hit that.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay. That'll do.
Elements.
Man, do I ever have a lot of cards? Unfortunately, I only have access to 4 mana next turn, so it's probably going to be Crazed Elk Wild Pyro. Unless he plays something that I actually really want to deal with. I am running into the turn where he could Flame Strike, but if he Flame Strikes, it's going to be a pretty low value Flame Strike. At this point, at least, it looks like it'd be a pretty low value Flame Strike. Oh, Crazed Alchemist, you sly dog, you.
Love my new recipe.
That. That actually leaves me enough mana next turn to Totem and then cast the Frostwolf Warlord as a 8/8. So that's really strong. It's also out of Fireball and Fireball and Flame Strike range. So it would have to be dealt with with a Silence or a Polymorph.
I wonder.
You know, those types of things.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
I can deal with that. That actually makes that way easier to deal with. Why would you do that? Because now all I have to do is kill the unstable ghoul, and then that goes down. The divine shield is gone. Are you kidding me? Why? He's just trying to make my job easier for me. Okay. What is the most efficient way that I can do this?
What to do?
So I could totem the Frostwolf Warlord, but that leaves him with stuff on the board. Or I could Stormwind Champion, kill that. That's left on 1 health. That isn't even hit, though. I actually can't clear it all this turn. Well, I can, but I don't... There's no play where I can clear it all, and I'm happy about it. It's surprisingly frustrating. Guess I don't want him to have an unstable... Well, I definitely don't want that to have Divine Shield, so I will sacrifice both the 1/1 and the Crazed Elk. So it'll do 1 damage to everything, and then everything will heal back up 1 health. But obviously the things that were already on 1 life die. And that is irrevocable. Now, this Frostwolf Warlord is probably actually less important than my Stormwind Champion. Probably. Oh man, I could silence my own guy and then attack with him, but then he'll be a 4/4. That's frustrating. Let us think about this one. I think it's pretty simple. I think I kill what I can in the Silvermoon Guardian, and then I just cast a big dude. Guess this is probably a good big dude to cast. Well, let's start off with the totem, because all of my plays have me casting the totem this turn. If I sacrifice the healing totem and 1 health on both of these, I can kill the Chillwind Yeti. Is that worth it? No, it's not. Wish I had something with 6 mana right now. Bang. Yeah. I'm gonna do that just so that I am posing a much larger threat to him this turn. Also, it means that Flame Strike doesn't allow him to start clearing stuff. Because he won't have the 4... Oh! I was ready. I was ready for the rage, guys. Not a huge fan of raging, but that would have been very frustrating to have happen another game in a row. Okay.
How you doing?
So now Flame Strike is horrible. But if he Flame Strikes, I still have a much larger board than he'll ever have. Oh. Isn't that nice? So obviously, first port of call, I need to figure out what these secrets are.
Victory or death.
Ice Barrier, okay. That's not scary at all. Not Vaporize. If it's Duplicate, that'll probably be pretty funny, because it's 6 mana, which means he can't play 2 of them in the same turn.
How you doing?
This will also make my things much easier to cast.
I've been inside that thing for months.
Okay.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
What?
The might of Stormwind.
Oh, you're right, I hadn't played a minion since then, but luckily, Valak just turned around and gave the fuck up. For some reason, I was like, oh, it has to be Spellbender or Counterspell. I think I got the order of the secrets wrong in my mind. I thought that Ice Barrier was the one that was played a few turns ago. But it wasn't. It was a Mirror Entity that was played this turn. Well, no, Ice Barrier was played second. God, I'm explaining things horribly right now. I apologize. I am still on tilt. Fuck. 25% chance he gets the dude and then has the ability to taunt it. Chests. It's a 25%. That's the thing. 25% sounds like, why are you fucking angry about that? 25% is actually pretty common. It's 25% for him to get the dude after playing a card that is pretty rare to have in your deck in the first place. That's why. Oh, this dude's a legend. Nice. He's got the legendary card back. I'm gonna greet this man. Give him a little bit of the greeting. So I've got a 2-drop, and then a 3-drop, and then a 3 and a lightning bolt. That would be pretty good. Actually, now I have to break my curve. Because the Harvest Golem will stand up to whatever he wants to cast at it, and then also survive to kill the Kobold Geomancer. Oh. He's got one of those decks. The problem with playing the Unbound Elemental this turn, and I'm still going to do it, but the problem with playing it this turn is it runs straight into a True Silver Champion. He plays a True Silver Champion, my Unbound Elemental dies. Of course, if he doesn't have the True Silver Champion, then I'm in a real... Consecration. No? Hammer of Wrath. Okay, still pretty bad, but... See, I haven't been doing a lot of Constructed recently, so I'm still trying to get my mind around the next meta of Death Rattles. I still think that was worth it. I mean, how that worked out. Yeah, it's fine. I can leave this alive if you do that. Ooh, that was a bad mistake. Zap. Costs 1, so I could get a 3-2 out. Yeah, that's actually fine. So next turn is probably going to be Azure Drake or the Frostwolf Warlord. Because unfortunately I did overload myself by 1 mana, so I can't use the Fire Elemental. Oh, which sucks so much, because the Fire Elemental would be perfect right now. I mean, I guess I can swap his attack and defense, and then I can kill him. But I'm still not pleased with it. So many 1/1s.
Challenge accepted.
So hopefully he's not particularly perturbed by my board state, because next turn I can Totemic Call and then get out 9/9. 9/9/9/9. Oh! And now it has to be an 8/8. Such bullshit. Can't fucking believe this game. 8/8. So let's see what he does with this. Okay, that's fine. I mean, obviously not fine, but I have other stuff I'm gonna put on the board anyway. So I can almost clear his board, except for the Stranglethorn Tiger, obviously. Yep. The thing is, I just need to hope that I have heavier cards than he'll ever have. And I have a number of cards that are over 7 health. Sorry, 7 damage. So ultimately, I'm pretty okay with this. Can you heal it? Because I have a lot of lightning bolts in this deck. Alright, let's go with the more expensive draw card first. Ouch. Cheaper draw card. Ouch. That smarts a little, guys. Looks like I'm going to be taking 13 damage this turn. He needs 10 damage in hand to secure lethal. Oh, cool. He's doing trading. That's nice. I am bleeding, guys. There is bleeding going on. Alright. What can I do to stem said bleeding? So, the reason the Acolyte of Pain was actually a pretty good play is because the Acolyte of Pain makes him much less likely to want to play 1/1s, because then I can just run the Acolyte of Pain into them and get decent value.
Hey, give me a minute.
Can't remove that this turn, unfortunately. And if I can't remove it this turn, and obviously if I'm not scared of Consecration, there's no reason to remove it. Oh, sorry, no reason to attack it. Because what happens if I, you know, draw out the Doomhammer that I didn't draft, and then I have lethal? Huh? What happens then? Okay. So now I do need damage from my deck to stay alive. Deck damage.
Reporting for duty.
That's not gonna do it, because that will hurt me. What do we got here? Fork Lightning might do it, yeah. I need the spell damage totem first. Not the spell damage totem. Okay. I can still kill the Bolt of Isoga
Give me a minute.
by using Wild Pyromancer into Fork Lightning. Shit, I guess that's actually all I needed. Huh. For some reason I thought I needed the spell damage totem to also help out with that. Could I have killed Chillwind Yeti with that? Oh yeah, I could have, because I could have sent a 1/1 over to the Chillwind Yeti and then I would have been able to kill all of them. Oh well. Just think about it, like, if there were 2 targets and it was 1 spell damage on each, plus 1 spell damage to each of those targets would have... would have done 2 more damage total. I am very, very scared right now. Alright. That's an ambitious kind of game you're playing right now.
My shield for Argus. Elements guide you.
I need him to have less things on the board, basically. So that he has less targets to buff one of them, hit something, and then use the other one to run through. I really wish I could have put out the War Golem and taunted it up, but, unfortunately I did not have said mana. Said mana would be 11, which I actually do not have the capability of having. This looks like the end of it. The end for me. Unless I... Earth Elemental? It's not the Earth Elemental. Bam! Boom! Obviously, he could attack the Taunt Totem with either of them and then attack through for lethal. This is not going well. I'll say that a large amount of it has to do with the fact that I drafted really, really poorly. Because, as I said, I drafted for the early game, and then it offered me nothing but early game for the last 10 picks. Thanks, Arena. But at the same time, I think I'm also a little bit on tilt. For the people that don't understand the terminology on tilt, it's when you get a little frustrated at a game, and therefore you start playing worse at it. The reason I'm fine to replace a 2, even though it will ruin my curve, is because I'm actually pretty solid in putting out a totem. Totems are actually pretty effective. So it doesn't matter that much to me. Ooh, damn. No coining out here. Okay, so coin out Animal Companion, get Huffer, attack my face. Well, don't attack my face, obviously. Attack the Stoneclaw Totem, because that's the only thing you can. Coin Huffer. Here we go. I'm calling it Coin Huffer. Come on. Backend. There we go with the coin. Animal Companion. Heck, come on. We had a deal. Unfortunately, this means that next turn I cannot play the Defender of Argus, but I can play the Harvest Golem, and then the turn after I've got access to the Frostwolf Warlord, so I'm actually in a pretty decent position. Oh god, do I ever love Shaman. Shaman, I have a very, like, I have a place in my heart for this deck. That could either, I mean, I'm thinking it's probably Explosive Trap. So I'm not going to attack, because I want to cast the Frostwolf Warlord for the full value of all of these guys before I trigger it. Before I sacrifice 2 of them.
To my side.
Okay. I'm not so certain it's Explosive Trap anymore. The reason I'm not so certain is because why do you play a Timberwolf that I can trade my Searing Totem into? Okay, so first this needs to happen regardless. This is going to attack the face, so if it's Freezing Trap, this will come back. Oh shit, that was the totally wrong order. Whoops. If that was Explosive Trap, I was about to be effed in the A. Oh, I'm so glad that wasn't Explosive Trap. I've just given myself the world's most expensive Harvest Golem, though. Well, actually, it'll get more expensive when I play the Ventrico Merc, and it's suddenly an 8-mana Harvest Golem. The strongest Harvest Golem in the world. Okay. So it doesn't matter how much damage this guy takes, so I hit the more damaging guy with the Argent Commander. Whew. It's funny, I could push 8 damage in a turn with this Argent Commander. I run to the face, I reincarnate it, and then I run to the face. That's the basis of all of those Leroy plays you've seen recently. If you've seen people doing Baron Rivendare, Ancestral Spirit, reincarnate, and they just fill their board with Baron Rivendare. With Baron Rivendare, sorry, with Leroy Jenkins.
Victory or death.
That has to be Explosive Trap, right?
For the Horde.
Yeah. I guess this is my best Explosive Trap counter.
For Argus.
Just put this up a little bit, because if he is that desperate to get damage on the Frostwolf Warlord that he will sacrifice 2 cards just to hopefully set up a kill on it, then I want to exploit that as best I can. Oh, really? I am foreseeing value in our future, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lot of cards that ain't doing diddly squat. Okay. Thump. It's the right move. Give it a little bit of the thump. So the reason that was, oh shit, wrong, I miscounted my mana. For some reason I thought, oh, I'll have 7 mana next turn and then I'll be able to play the War Golem. Yes, I'm such a wise man. No, if I did that on turn 9, I would be able to do that, but not right now. I'll have 6 mana next turn. So I basically just effed my own A right there. But hopefully it doesn't end up mattering. That's a good card. It would be a shame if something were to happen to it. Okay, so how much damage do I have total? 16. That is not enough damage.
You gotta be kidding me!
To the breach!
I obviously could play the control game and try and clear all of his stuff, but I actually think that's a losing game. It gives him a higher percentage chance to actually get back in the game if I were to slow down my tempo to clear all of his stuff. So that's why I'm going straight for the face. He needs to clear, well, everything except for the Defender of Argus this turn in order to survive. Because I just have too many ways to
Your magic
fuck
shall
everything he wants. That's fine. Yeah, sure. Go straight for the Wild Pyromancer. That'll work. Oh. Yeah, he is doing it in the right order. I was wondering if he was going to sack his Savannah Highmane first and only get one Hyena, but he did it in the right order, guys. Oh, well. Still not enough.
Moves quickly.
What's this card? 2 mana win the game? 0 mana win the game, it has to be at this point.
Well played.
Well played.
Well played.
No reason to dick him about. He was a pretty courteous opponent, I'll be a pretty courteous opponent right back to him. Jokey. Oh no, I get 1 more victory and I get the 3 victories thing. Ugh. I wouldn't actually be sad not to get that, because I kind of prefer re-rolling the quests and seeing if I can get something better, like Total Domination. I only basically finish quests when there's all 3 of them there, and I would be kind of rejected from getting the next quest if I didn't finish one of them. Otherwise, I just log in each day and re-roll them.
Thrall versus
I sometimes finish 60 quests, just if they're like, you know,
shall bring victory.
for
Doom.
heroes I like, stuff like that. Okay, Ancestral Spirit is actually surprisingly good. I don't think it's incredibly good in the early game, unless you have a very specific setup already for it. What do I not want to see? As I wipe some dust off of my monitor. Northshire Cleric. I don't want to see a Northshire Cleric. I hate Northshire Cleric. So frustrating, the card. Coin? Something I can Stormforged Axe.
Drink with me, friend.
Thank you, friend. Ding. Obviously, coining out a 3-2 means that you usually have another 2-drop to play.
Someone injured?
There's the fucking Northshire Cleric. You dick! So frustrating. That's the worst thing about the Northshire Cleric. If you get the Power Word Shield, it's just so good. It's just, it's painfully good. I'm just thinking, was it worth my time to rock bite on myself and then hit the Harvest Golem?
Pain, speak to me.
Possibly? Fuck, another rock bite, are you kidding me? How many cards does this guy want? Jesus, I just realized this guy has all of the card draw that ever existed. So the reason I'm doing this is so that my 1/1 is off the board, so he can't turn around and use his Acolyte of Pain and immediately draw a card. I have a bunch of ways to deal with the Acolyte of Pain that will only give him one card, and those are the ones that I want him to use. Fire Elemental, you know, chief among them. Then also the Rockbiter weapons as well. That's not nice. The thing is, I can hit this guy with Rockbiter and Fire Elemental next turn, but if I do that, I'll lose by that point. I think I double Rockbiter myself. It's such a good card, the Spectral Knight. Just the fact that you can't target it with anything is great. Get a Totemic Call. That's 3 damage in a Frost Shock. Could that be correct? Well, no, because he's going to draw a card from the Acolyte of Pain anyway, so I may as well do it in that fashion. I mean, he is a number of cards ahead at this point, but I'm not overloaded, and I can Stormwind Champion. And also I can Fire Elemental. I've got just really strong cards in my hand right now, and that's why I want to make sure that his board isn't clear, so while he tries to get a foothold on the board, I can just say, no, 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 and just remove everything. Because of the strength of my cards. Strong. Okay. The dream! That... Now, I can't Fire Elemental for 3 damage to the face, unfortunately. I would love to Battlecry my Azure Drake and then play it again. Heal it up and get 1 mana. Sorry, heal it up and get 1 more health on it, but...
Drink with me, friend.
Okay.
Job's done.
Perfect. It played itself, by the way, because it was green on the field, and then I just dragged it and dropped it back on the field. So as far as the game is aware, I played that card again, so it just immediately plays it as soon as the animation for going back to my hand is done. That turn ended up being about flooding my board, so that the Alkanite Soul... Sorry, so that the Stormwind Champion is much more valuable when it comes out next turn.
Is someone injured?
Okay. Interesting. So it's going to be difficult for me to kill the Nurshir Cleric, unless I were to kill it with the Fire Elemental. But if I do that, I lose basically all of my board trying to kill the Arcanine. Oh, actually, no, it's completely fine. What am I even talking about? Obviously, Holy Nova kind of sucks here, but even with that, I'm still pretty far ahead. That was a top-decked Holy Nova as well. Dick.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Nice. Move that dude. I was thinking about using the Ancestral Spirit on the Stormwind Champion, but I think that's a bit too preemptive. I want to be able to use the Ancestral Spirit on it and then pop the Ancestral Spirit that same turn. That may be the wrong play, actually. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's also nice to note that all of the 2 damage stuff that... Oh... All of the 2 damage stuff that would deal with the Wild Pyromancer is off-bound. So that's Holy Smite and Holy Nova. Okay, this is really good. Ancestral Spirit this. Pops the Divine Shield. Kill it. Bring it back. Woo! Okay. Gnomish Inventor, draw a card. Harvest Golem.
You have been.
Oh, nice. Alright, so that makes us 3-3, which is good enough. Right? I just want to get above 3. That's all I ever wanted about life. That's all I ever wanted. And it seemed to work out pretty well in our favor. Our mid game is weak. I've decided that that's our problem. Our end game, strong. Start of the game, strong. Mid game, where is it? I've never seen any mid game in this deck. Totally non-existent. And the mid game, like stuff that we have on 5-drop, is, you know, kind of very strongly anti-synergistic with the rest of the deck. Doesn't really help us. They just come with huge drawbacks, is what I guess I'm trying to say. Harvest Golem is a good enough card that I think I'll keep it, especially considering how much early play, how many early plays I have that I'll just draw into. Rockbiter is a good early play. Obviously, I'm playing turn 1, so Rockbiter is actually slightly worse, because it means I can't use it to react to something on turn 1 and then keep on curve. So that is something to consider. Obviously, if he doesn't play anything this turn, I play the Youthful Brewmaster, he Lightning Bolts it, or Rockbiter weapons it the turn after, and plays a Totem. Probably coin. I don't know. You kidding me? I'm not even going to Rockbiter that. I'm just going to play my Youthful Brewmaster against that, because he needs an extra damage to make the Goldshire Footman even kill my Youthful Brewmaster. And the thing is, if he casts something out of his hand to kill the Youthful Brewmaster, then my Harvest Golem still poses a threat to the Goldshire Footman. Crazy. What? I've got some good value going on here. I think I'll go Totem next turn as well. I'm confused by this guy's play. Oh, fuck. Forked Lightning. I just thought about that. Alright. Yeah, I deserve that. It's a pretty good Forked Lightning, actually. It leaves him with 5 cards and me with... well, I guess 5, because I'll be on the draw. No Forked Lightning. Interesting. Please top deck 3 damage. The top decks are real, ladies and gentlemen. I am pretty far in control of this game, actually, at the moment. I could Azure Drake next turn for a card draw and some spell damage, or I could Frostwolf Warlord. Azure Drake, I have... well, I'll draw this turn, and then I'll draw off the top deck next turn, and I'll probably play the Azure Drake that same turn. So that's 3 cards to draw into a Lightning Bolt, or a Forked Lightning, which will have the spell damage from the Azure Drake. Perfect. Frostwolf Warlord. I mean, it comes out as a 6/6, but it comes out a turn earlier. That's really important. It's basically a Venture Mercenary with 1 less attack, but no downside.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Obviously, you still have to kill all of the spell damage totems, or even most of the totems, to be honest. Otherwise, Lava Burst would kill Frostwolf Warlord, or Lightning Storm would pose a threat to Harvest Golem, stuff like that. I can just clear that with the stuff I have on the board. I might even want to get a totem next turn, hope that I get that healing totem. That's a 33.3% chance. I guess I could do that. Oh, now I need 1 damage to deal with this Dust Devil. I love that he's put himself on Overload too, because that means he can only use 4 mana next turn, so I don't actually have to be super threatened by whatever he plays next turn. I just have to be able to deal with whatever he played this turn. I can do it via the Argent Commander, but it's kind of a worthless use of the Argent Commander. It's a non-ambitious use of the Argent Commander is what I'll say. I could get much better from it. Stormforged Axe. That'll do it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So if I'm doing that... probably Acolyte of Pain. It's safer than going for the bet on getting the totem. So even though I could take 2 less damage, I can keep the first form of the Harvest Golem alive by running it in instead. So I'll have 6 mana again next turn, so I can do the same draw Lightning Bolt or Forked Lightning off the top of the deck, and play Azure Drake to try and draw those cards if I haven't drawn them the first time, or I can Argent Commander for 4 straight damage. I'm in a really commanding position right now. Okay, 2 and 2, here we go. Yeah. Oh well.
Someone called for the doctor.
Do I want to keep the Acolyte of Pain alive, or do I want to use him as a kind of damage delivery system? That's interesting.
Bring the pain.
Elements guide.
I'll keep the Acolyte of Pain alive. Having a 1/1 on the field, especially when I'm not actually desperate to draw cards, could be useful, could be useful. And as I say that, let's immediately draw a card. It's actually frustrating at this point that Frost Shock doesn't have Overload, because I'd really love to get some Overload triggers stacked up on this Unbound Elemental. I do have a Earth Elemental in this deck, which is the 7/8 Taunt for 5 mana that is 3 Overload. Playing an Unbound Elemental into an Earth Elemental on the same turn, which you can only obviously do with 8 mana, 3+5, is really strong. You end up with a 3/5 and a 7/8. It's so good. If I play the Azure Drake, I can use Frost Shock to kill the Razorpen. That could be good. And that leaves me with enough mana to get a totem, so yeah, I'll do that. There's no reason to sacrifice my Acolyte of Pain at this point. I mean, if I desperately need to draw a card at any point, I can do it. But the only reason I would want to trade it in earlier rather than later is, obviously, if there's a card that I'm specifically angling to get, or I'm afraid of silence. And I'm not.
Never know what
Ah, that's a good card. I can kill it pretty easily. It's just it's a good card. What? Okay. Zap.
Bring the pain.
Okay. I can take 8 damage to save a Acolyte of Pain, but there's like 0.0% chance that that's worth it. I love that that happened, because it means I keep most of my strong cards in my hand, and I still got to deal with it. That is the power of spell damage in a Shaman deck. That is why you destroy Kobold Geomancers, Azure Drakes, just whatever you find, that is why you destroy it, because it's just so powerful. So strong. Again, I could take 4 damage, but the Fire Elemental is actually an even more efficient way of dealing with that. Plus, I leave 1 spot on my board so that next turn I can play the Stormwind Champion.
Hey, give me a minute.
So with that 1 spot on the board, I'll be able to give out a total of 6 extra damage, because all of these will have +1 to their attack. You got to play, buddy?
Get behind
Oh,
me.
that's fairly good. As far as you're aware, that's still not enough to stop me from killing you. Because I attack that with the Azure Drake, and then I still have a total of 11 damage going through. So, without a taunt or a heal right now, you're also dead. Anyway. Okay. I'll make this as painless as possible. By attacking you with as many minions as possible! I'm a dick. Alright. I still enjoyed that match anyhow. So what's that? 4 and 2? 4 and 2? Yes. I obviously can't cut to a part 2 at this point because I lose one match and that's it. You're over. Game out. Strike 3. Is it 3 strikes? 3 strikes and you're out? I don't know. I'm not American. I don't baseball. I've played T-ball once. Just the once. I'm surprised I haven't versed any mages yet. Or at the very least, I can't remember versing any mages. There's usually a lot of mages in Arene. Ooh. I could coin out an an Earth Elemental on turn 4. The problem, obviously, with that is Hunter's Mark or what's the one that hits a random target? Deadly Shot. Both of those are horrible. So obviously, if I played the Loot Hoarder, he gets the trade in, gets incredible value. Bad. If I play the Youthful Brewmaster, he could Arcane Shot it and save his Web Spinner. Bad again. But this play allows me to kill it for free. So that's the beast that he drew. I want to keep an eye on that, because that could be anything from another Web Spinner to King Crush. Ooh. Big bot plays. See, if I play the Acolyte of Pain, he'll hit it, take only 1 damage, and I get to draw a card. Is that even valuable? Not at all. Oh, if he has to kill a taunt with it, that would be amazing. I obviously couldn't play the Youthful Brewmaster, because then I have to return the Loot Hoarder to my hand, and I can't afford to play it again, so I don't really change my board state too much.
Das Dingo!
Das Dingo! Yeah. The chances of me top decking 3 damage are really high. I have 2 Rockbiter weapons in there and 3 Lightning Bolts. So that's like a 1. That's basically a 1 in 4 to top deck the damage to kill it.
Hey, give me that!
That is my frown.
Drink with me, friend.
So I'm going to return that to my hand, play it again. And I'm going to Frost Shock. So the reason for the Frost Shock is just so that the Sentient Shield Master doesn't get to kill the Stoneclaw Totem for free, which would allow him to then use his Eagle Horn Bow. Great, now everything sucks.
You gotta be kidding me!
Okay, so he can kill that with both of the things on his board. And that actually does leave us in a pretty even position. But will he? That's the most important question. I don't think so. I think he'll go for the face. Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, everything does cost more, so I can't do the Unbound Elemental Lightning Bolt. And I have to float 3 mana right now. So. That sucks. I really want to wait 1 turn so I can, is that even worth it? I want to wait a turn so I can Unbound Elemental and then Earth Elemental. It's too ambitious to wait, though. Especially just for a +1/+1. Alright. Next turn, I can still Unbound Elemental and then Stormforged Axe. So I can give it a +1/+1. And I can use that +1/+1 to kill a Hyena. Deadly Shot is a 50-50 right now. Please don't work. Oh, great. That is really good.
take candle.
So now I have to decide, do I think he has beast synergy, or do I think he has spell damage synergy? I think he might have more spell damage synergy. At the very least, if he's going straight for my face, he may. This sucks. Next turn may have to be Acolyte of Pain into Defender of Argus, just to keep myself alive. Ouch. Okay, I have to do huge kind of survival countermeasures at this point.
Do you like to play with fire?
Let the pain my shield for Argus.
Unfortunately, Kill Command wins the game right now. I shouldn't have even attacked that fucking hyena. I didn't even need to. I have 2 taunts. Oh, I'm a dum-dum. That's fine. Guess that's okay. I hate the web spinner. Does he have any beast synergy? Well, no. He can't have, like, strong beast synergy because he traded a hyena in. So I guess I need to leave the web spinner alive? Fuck.
Into the breach.
That means it's snipe. So I'll do that.
Bring the pain.
This... Oh, I'm having such trouble deciding what to do. This web spinner. I'm glad to hell that I got that taunt totem. I'm gonna draw a card. I really don't know why you hit that target unless you have the rest of the damage to kill this target.
For the crusade!
Okay. That's a useless beast. So what do I know? That can't be misdirect, can it? Fuck, I have basically 1 more turn alive.
Into the breach.
So it's not freezing trap, it's not misdirect, and it's snake trap. That card is snake trap.
For the whole.
Still just off lethal. Oh, fuck, that doesn't do it. So now I'm gonna make that a little less useful. The face again. No Unleash the Dogs, and not even a single direct point of damage. Top deck the dogs on the final turn. Okay. That's fine. No, it seems fair. Seems fair. It's fine. For exact lethal, I will note as well. Exact. If I didn't put down a totem, I would have won. No, I wouldn't have won because the Acolyte of Pain was missing 1 health. It only healed up that health because I had a totem. The healing totem was the final one I got. So even if I didn't play the totem, I still would have lost. Oh well. I'm kind of surprised to get to 4 considering how chunky our early game is. I mean, look at that. Look at how much of that is there. So we got Lightning Bolt, Rock Biter, Weapon, Stormforge stacks. 80 gold. Yeah, I mean, we're not too poorly off from that. I don't really mind what I get in this pack, because, you know, it wasn't a horrible arena run, so it's not like I need something to cheer me up. Oh, a golden lava burst. That's gonna get DE'd so fucking fast. Its head will spin. Alright. What do I think the name of that deck is? It's gotta be early game something. Early... You know what? I'm gonna go with early bird. The early bird gets the worm, and... There's nothing to do with the worm in there. It's just herbal. Early. Herbal? Fuck. I'm just so tilted from that first match still. Oh, let's hope everything fixes up before Naxxramas. Anyhow, if you've liked the video, please click like. It really does help me grow the channel. If you've disliked the video, feel free to click dislike as well. That's okay. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more videos like this now, there's links in the description to more playlists for other Hearthstone content. My name has been Rhapsody. That's been Hearthstone Arena, episode 87, I think? I'm really bad at numbering these episodes in my head. Early bird. We've been playing a Shaman. We went 4-3. We had too much early game, and hopefully you've been enjoying yourself.